Hey guys, so this is one of those times when you can get some freebie points, right? If you're watching a video and you're kind of keeping track of some stuff. I wanted to kind of help you really quickly through your homework, make sure that you guys are doing okay, that you are getting some of the questions correct, and not, messing anything up. I also wanted to give you some pointers on number 7 and number 8 down at the bottom, okay? So let's start up at the top. So first of all, you're identifying the transformation. And so if you look at your transformation table, one of them says that xy goes to just kx times y. And so when you go to identify this, you're going to find it on your chart, which it looks to me like it is a horizontal stretch. But here's what else you have to say. Okay, so you're going to say it's a horizontal stretch, but you need to tell me what K is. So this is a horizontal stretch by, and K is the number in front, so by 6. Okay, just a horizontal stretch by 6. Since K is bigger than 1, it's a horizontal stretch by 6. Okay, if you take a look at number 5, right, the rule that says that you take XY and you just multiply the scale factor by y, that is when you're going to get a vertical stretch, if I can spell vertical. So vertical stretch, and again, tell me what that number is. So that number is 3, okay? All right, let's go look at number 7 and number 8. So down at the bottom for 7 and 8, I would say the easiest thing to do for these is to number your chart by 2s. So when you go to put in an x and y axis, I would count by 2s. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to go plot the point 2, 4. So I already set mine up to be counted by 2s. I didn't label every single one of them because I write too big, but let's go put in 2, 4. So remember, I go over 2, up 4, so here's A. 9, 4 is going to be right between 8 and 10, right? So 9, 4, here's B. 12, negative 2 is going to be over here, down at negative 2. And then negative 3, negative 4 is going to be between negative 2 and negative 4. So it goes negative 1 in the middle, negative 2, negative 3. And then I can go down to negative 4. And so here is A, B, C, D. And now what we're going to do, so if I go make this what looks like a trapezoid, but it's actually not. If I go and do this rule, this is the same thing, just like in algebra, as doing 2 times both the x and the y number. So you're going to multiply them both by 2s. Sometimes it's easier, I think, to write the points down and then go graph them. So 2, 4, doing a scale factor of 2 is going to change to 4, 8. And so when I plot that point, here's 4 and here's 8. So there's my A prime, my image. All right, 9, 4, excuse me, is going to be times 2, so 18, 8. So I'm going to go all the way over to 18 and go all the way up to 8. Okay, and so here's B prime. 12, negative 2 is going to change to 24, negative 4. So I'm going all the way over to 24, down to negative 4. So there's C prime. So I can start to connect my dots if I want. And then D prime is going to go to negative 6, negative 8. And I just realized as I was doing this that I didn't quite go far enough. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm off my chart a little bit, but that's okay. And then I'm down here somewhere close. But notice that my trapezoidy shape, even though it's not a trapezoid because they're not parallel, got twice as big. Okay? All right, let's go do it again for the next one. So same thing. So plot your points. Okay? 2, 4, 9, 4, 12, negative 2. Now I'm not going to do this one all the way. I'm only going to do a couple of points for you. But again, it helps if you go write them down. So for this one, you're only going to do half of y. Okay, so this, when you're finished, should end up looking like a vertical compression. That means that this shape is going to be smooshed vertically, okay? Almost like we're smushing it together. So this point is going to be the point 2, 2. So there's my A prime. I kind of made it a star shape. Let's see. Let's go do letter C. So, or I'm sorry, letter D. So this point is going to be -3, -2, because I'm doing half of y. And so -3, -2 would go right here. And notice, right, it's looking like it's getting smushed. So that's how those work. So go ahead and finish this one up. You're just going to divide the y number by 2 and then plot those points, okay? All right, now on the flip side, we talked about this scale factor, and there were a lot of you that when we were talking about those nesting dolls, you were trying to tell me that the scale factor was 4. So you have to be really careful about it and make sure that you're looking at what they're asking for. And so the question is, what is the model of the train station going to be for? So he's not talking about the whole, the actual, he's talking about the model. And so this scale factor, because it was 8 inches long and the model of the train is 80 feet long, the scale factor ends up being 1/10. Okay, so it's almost like 8 inches is the same thing as 80 feet, 1 inch per 10 feet. That's how that works. So back like in 6th, 7th grade, you learned about factors and you learned about changing them like this, right? And so now you're just kind of putting it into play with a dilation and geometry. Okay? All right, don't forget about tutoring Mondays and Tuesdays if you need some help. Toodaloo. Oh, let's get you a bonus point. Are you ready? Right here, let's go inside this triangle. I want you to go right. Apparently the game you guys like to play, Among Us. But it's got to be in that triangle, and I'll give you a free bonus point.